Rick, good to see you.
Hey, good morning, Keith. How are you today?
Good, man. This is going to be a short one. I think we'll see how it flows. This is inspired by my friend Donna. It's one of those things that she was asked a question or a comment was made to her this morning during our spin class. And just really quick, I, looked within and tried it on. And so Donna's always happy. Like she's always smiling, always happy. And she's just a bright light. And her husband calls her the goddess of illumination. And it has is for two reasons. The first reason is she's always happy and just really lights up a room. The other reason is at their house, every time she goes into a room and leaves the room, she leaves the lights on. And so you're the goddess of illumination. So it's quite funny. So I call her goddess all the time. And what's interesting is somebody made a comment to her about her today, like, Donna, you're always in a good mood. Like you're always like shining. She's like, I'm just present. That's all she said. It was just so simple. And I thought about like for me, whenever I am like in that space of balance and equanimity, when I'm there, I removed all the mental distractions. I removed all of the ego's default, behaviors. Like none of those are present for me. The only thing that's present is me in the present moment, and I can flow. So Michael Singer says when people say like, I can't do this or this, he's like, no, it's all there all the time. You just blocked, So that's it. Like the sun is always shining. Just because a cloud comes in front of it, it's always shining. And so that's what Donna is. Donna says that the key for me, and I think for all of us, is that you stay present. When you're present, no matter what is unfolding in life, you can see it as like, oh my God, I get to have this opportunity. Even if it's a challenge, it's an opportunity. Or you can see it as an obstacle. The choice is yours. So I think that when I reflected on what she said and really tried that on, I was like, that's true for me. When I was in Yosemite this past week, what I was present to was exactly that. I had no problems. I was completely like there and rooted in nature. Now, you would say, well, it's easy to be present in Yosemite. Oh, no. The old me would have made a problem out of everything. So here's an example. We went fly fishing and we had to hike 2 miles in. And because we're going to be wading in water, they gave us some special boots. They weren't waterproof, but they kept the water out pretty good. And they gave you some neoprene socks. I typically don't wear ankle boots or anything like that. My hiking boots are really, low quarter shoes. And so the whole time it's rubbing against my ankle bone. Very uncomfortable. But I didn't make it a problem. I said, I already got one problem. It's uncomfortable. I don't want to make it two by complaining inside about it. So I hiked the 2 miles in and out, try to do the best I can, all the while being present to the beauty of the nature and being with my friend. And so there was no problem. 8.5 years ago, when something happened within ToBeRe and it looked like the sky was falling, it looked like, hey, it's been a wrap. We've gone for 12 years. It was a good run. I didn't make that a problem either. I saw this is an opportunity for me to go deeper. It's because I was present. So what are your thoughts, Rick?
Wow, those are great examples, Keith. I love the idea of not having the ankle bone be a double hit of bad news. Like as you say, you have the problem and then you make it worse by talking about the problem and complaining about the problem and focusing on the problem, because whatever we focus on becomes our lives. Whatever you think about the most actually becomes your life. I just love that. I had, along with the same idea of Donna being present, I had that test this week. I had 3 deadlines, very important deadlines. I couldn't get them extended. I have no help, and I had to do all 3 of them from scratch. I got them all done. But during the week when I was working on them, what kept coming up for me was this awful fear. Now, here I am alone in my office, just tip-tapping on the computer and doing some research and reading. I'm just reading and I'm afraid. And so I've tried to figure out what the heck's going on. Well, I analyzed, I think correctly, that what I was doing was spending my present moments, my precious present moments, thinking of all the bad things that could happen. What if I forget this argument? What if I don't make it properly in the motion? Then I think about it when we're in the oral argument and it's too late to talk about. All of this cascading nonsense robbed me of my present moments. And what I realized was that I was actually becoming upset, really upset about things that were fake, that didn't really exist,
Right.
that had not shown up. And my mind, which all of us have this ability to create scenarios, I think that's partly our makeup for self-defense, was controlling it. And so I took a page out of Donna's book and just tried to be present. And how did I do that? I faked it. I just pretended that there, in this moment, there's nothing right now that's hurting me that I need to be afraid of. And then I'd extend it to the next moment, the next moment, the next moment, until I finally realized the presence is just one moment after the other, being focused on the person that you want to be, without anything added, without experiencing, being sensitive, understanding, and looking at things, but realizing that there's no fear except the fear that you're creating for yourself.
You said it, Rick. I think we can wrap it up there. Just exactly what you said. It's simple. Just be present, and you can experience more joy and inner peace. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Keith. Good show.
Thank you.